Before we jump into today's show, I've got a really exciting announcement to make. The autumn cohorts for Start Your Podcast group program are now open. There are 5 dates between September and October, and it's a 6-week program that will get you launched before Christmas. So if podcasting was on your to-do list this year, if you really want to get your podcast up and done by the end of 2023, then come and join me for one of those cohorts and let's make it happen. I have a free masterclass available for you called Understanding the Power of Podcasting. You can go over to donnaeade.com/masterclass, watch the masterclass and get access to that enrollment. I hope to see you in one of the autumn cohorts very soon. That's donnaeade.com/masterclass. Let's get back to the show. You're listening to the Wedding Procast UK. My name's Donna. I'm your host, 10-year wedding photography veteran and CEO and founder of the Society of Professional Wedding Vendors. And today, that is exactly what I'm going to be talking about. So let's jump in. Podcast, everybody, and I am so super excited today because today the Society of Professional Wedding Vendors opens its doors to new members, so that could well be you. So today I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the society and why we started, what we do, and how you can be part of it. So I hope you will stay with me and listen in. So first I wanted to go over a little story for you, and this is to really sort of set the scene for what the society is all about. And this is the story of Jo. Now, Jo was a bride and she happened to work at a hotel, and her friend worked at a hotel with her, and she was also a bride, and they got married on the same day. So the other bride got married at a different hotel, but Jo got married at her workplace, and she had contacted the workplace's resident photographer who was there shooting sporting events at the hotel on a regular basis. And she said to him, you do a lot of work for the hotel, could you do me a deal on my wedding photography? And this photographer turned around and said, yeah, no problem. So she was given 2 photographers, I believe, and they went to her wedding and shot the wedding and gave her wedding photos. Now, when the other bride came back from her honeymoon and went into work and showed Jo her wedding photos, Jo turned round to her friend and said, do you think your wedding photographer could do something with my wedding photos? Now, her friend pointed out that the photos that she was showing weren't her professional images. They were just images that I had actually taken for her before I became a professional wedding photographer. It was just a little gift that I put together for her of the photos of her day in an album. And she said, well, I can ask and see if she can do anything with them. So I said I'd take a look, and this was before I was in a professional capacity, and I didn't really look at the idea of copyright infringement or anything like that. So please forgive me for this part of it. But when I got her photos, I was pretty angry for her, actually, because where this photographer had said, yes, I will give you a discount on your wedding photography, what he had actually done was discount her service. And this is my fear almost from a lot of what I've been seeing recently, which is people who are discounting their services heavily to try and get booked up and try and snaggle the brides and grooms and all of that kind of thing that's been going on Facebook recently. And it concerns me because it will create a race to the bottom, and nobody wants that. So my big cry there is, guys, stand firm in your pricing, know your value. But this photographer had said that he would give her a discount on her wedding photography, and what I saw was a photographer who didn't care enough on the day to be shooting that wedding. For example, she had a lovely picture of her daughter stood at the bottom of the stairs in her bridesmaid dress, and in the background was a radiator with some underwear hanging on it. Now, a good wedding photographer would make sure that the space was clear around the image before taking that shot, and it wouldn't have taken much to have made sure that the radiators were empty. There were also a lot of bags around. Now, when I was shooting weddings, I would always say to my bride, make sure that the room you get ready in is spotless of any mess, and make sure that the only stuff in there is stuff for you. And he obviously hadn't coached her in any way, because there were duffel bags and all sorts laying around the room that were in the background of all these shots. Now, it's not always possible to move everything, but the underwear could certainly have been moved. Then there were other images that he had taken of the couple themselves where he had cut the arm off of the groom. So the bride was kind of centered in the image. The groom was off to one side and half of his arm was missing. And it was just really bad placement. There was absolutely no creative reason for the arm being cropped that way. There was nothing else in the image that you could see that he was aiming to add something in. And then the final nail in the coffin, as it were, for me, was when I saw that he had actually asked two of the guests at the wedding, who were young teenage girls wearing those kind of bandage contour dresses that were all the rage a while back, and he had got them to pose with his sporting photography leaflets. And that really took the biscuit for me. Absolutely inappropriate behaviour, and I was just really upset for her, because he had let her have the discount, but what he had done is discount the service he gave her. He wasn't bothered by what he was doing. He just snapped and, didn't put any thought behind it. And that really upset me for her. And, that was kind of my first view into the wedding industry before I stepped into it myself. And most of you will have heard my other story about the videographer who turned up to my second wedding that I did as a professional, in a tracksuit and trainers, drank beer, and, provided a less than fantastic video for the couple, and didn't have a contract. And it was things like this that had me thinking the wedding industry needs a professional body that will, set some standards and say these are kind of your minimum standards that you should be abiding by, and you should be striving to be better. And I always wanted to do my best for every couple that I photographed. I always wanted them to have the best memories of their day, and that everybody who worked their wedding would pull their weight and do their jobs to the best of their ability. And 90% of the time that is exactly what happened. But a lot of the times couples don't know which vendors are which. Who can they trust to be on the ball and run their day well and do their jobs well. It's not easy to know what to be looking out for. And so that was another reason I wanted to start the society. So last year we set up the Society of Professional Wedding Vendors, and we put in place a code of conduct. This code of conduct covers advertising, contracts, customer service, problem solving, and peace of mind. And these are the set of standards that all our members sign up to abide by. So when you sign up, you agree to this code, you submit an application form which gives us your contract, your insurance, any other supporting evidence that is needed, and gives us a bit of background into how long you've been in the industry and why you joined. And in return for that, we promote you, and we will promote you on our social media channels. We will promote you with a listing on our directory. We have the podcast, which obviously we shout out the society every week on the podcast so that people know about it, and we will shout you to the rooftops and back again for being somebody who has said that do you know what? I believe in what I do and I'm passionate about what I do. I lead with heart, I lead with integrity, and I want to be recognised for that. And those are the core values of the society. So if you are somebody who leads with integrity, is passionate about what they do and works from the heart, then the society is definitely a place you want to consider. So alongside all of that, we are creating a community of like-minded individuals inside the membership. So we have a Facebook group and everybody is given access to that group. But not only that, we have monthly networking meetings as well. And this is because we know not everybody is on Facebook, but we still want to give you a chance to connect with each other and work with each other and get to know each other a little bit better. We do have masterclasses in the membership. So we deliver 6 masterclasses a year. They are run October through to March, and they are all on different elements of business that you might need some help with or guidance to streamline that process and get you working to your most efficient level with it so that you can spend the majority of your time doing the things that you love in your business. We also have an open workroom that we run once a month, and this is a workroom where you can come in and you have 2 options. You can sit and work for 2 hours straight with us first Monday of the month, and you can come and just grab that project that you've just been putting off and procrastinating over and come and get it done. The ability to sit there with other people in your space virtually kind of makes you sit still and do the work, and it's just kind of that bit of accountability. The other side of it is if there isn't a project that you want to do but you want to come and commit to something for that month, that there's a frog you need to eat and you want to tell people you're going to eat it, you can come and we will hold you accountable. So you can come and just say, hey guys, I really want to get XYZ done this month. I'm going to come back next month and let you know that I've done it, and you can do that. So we spend the first few minutes just talking about any accountability that needs to be talked about, and then we dive into the workroom itself. There are a lot of other things that are going on in the membership and a lot of things that I will be introducing over the next year. One of those things is the mystery shopping, which I'm very excited about. Now, I can't do it because obviously you all know my voice, but I will be getting some people to start making calls to members to just ensure that standards are being met, that you are all following the guidelines that you have agreed to follow, and helping you if there are areas where you could improve, letting you know, giving you some feedback on the calls as well, so you know what you can do to improve in the future. So there is a lot going on, and with the wedding industry slowly but surely opening up again, customers, brides, grooms, they are going to want to know that they can rely on the vendors that they are choosing. Now, there is a wave of people who are out there bargain hunting and hoping that they'll be able to twist your arm to give them a discount. I read something absolutely dreadful on Twitter just an hour or so ago where somebody had said that a couple had come to them asking them to give them a discount because, well, you've been on furlough for a year and been paid to sit on your bum, so you can give us a discount, right? I mean, I could just scream right now. That is not what people should be doing, but people are going to try it on. Now, people have had a hard time. There are people that have been furloughed, there are people that have been made redundant, and people will still want to have their weddings. But it is not up to you to be twisting your prices to lower your rates and try to fit in with them. There are people out there for all budgets, and if they cannot afford you, they need to go and find somebody who fits their budget, because there will be couples out there that can afford you. So stick to your guns, guys. Stick with your pricing and don't discount because people are asking you to. It is a surefire way to race to the bottom, and we don't want that for our industry. We need to be building it up and supporting each other and standing together on this and not reducing our prices to ridiculous levels that cannot sustain a business, because at the end of the day we want to stay in business, right? So if you are interested in joining the Society of Professional Wedding Vendors, the doors are open today, you can head over to www.spwv.co.uk/join-now, and that's a hyphen in the middle there, join-now, and you can get into the membership right now. All of the information is on that page. There is a little welcome video from me at the top, and then below you will see all the information. Now, one of the exciting things that we are doing this time round is we are actually opening the membership to all wedding vendors who want to be held accountable by the Code of Conduct, who believe in the industry, who believe in what we're doing, who have passion for what they do, who lead with their heart, who have integrity. So if that is you, you can come and join the society. Now, there is a caveat to that. To be part of the full membership, you need to have completed from start to finish at least 10 weddings. If you've completed 10 weddings start to finish, you can take full advantage of the full membership. If you are not yet at that experience level of having completed 10 weddings, you can still join us, but you will be joining the back end membership. Now, the difference is when you have your experience under your belt, you have those 10 weddings completed, then you get to take advantage of the full membership, and that means that you get the listing on the website, you get the membership shout outs, and you get all that public facing stuff, including the badge to put on your website. So head over to www.spwv.co.uk/join-now and take a look at the page. If you have any questions, please do reach out to me. You can email me support@spwv.co.uk, or you can DM me on Instagram, which is @DonnaSPWV, and I will be sure to get back to you. But the doors are open now, and it will be closed by this time next week. We actually close on Monday evening at 9 o'clock, so there is a very, very short window for you to join. So head over there now and click that join button on whichever membership suits where you are in the industry at the moment, and I hope to see you on the inside. So that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you in the membership soon. Bye for now. Don't forget to hit those stars and leave a review of the podcast where you listen if you found value in what you heard today. It's a free way you can help the podcast reach more people just like you.